live with my mic, so please do let me know if you can't hear me at all. Try and cancel. I think I figured out how to go live horizontally now, so hopefully you can see this right. I don't know if I can see your comments this way though, that's the only problem. I won't know till anybody makes them. So bear with me just for a second while I'm just figuring this out. Sorry, as I said in the last one, I'm pretty new to live streaming, but we're here from the Pontcysyllte Aqueduct, and well, we're not there yet, that's just behind us. I'm currently staying behind us there. You've got the Telford Inn, and to the side of it, to the right hand side, is well, closest to the canal, is the old pay office for when the work was being done on the canal and stuff. I think Thomas Telford may have lived there briefly as well. So we're going to walk up. If we walk behind first, there's we can look at the canal basin and some of the other stuff that used to be there, because this once was planned to be a lot longer, this canal. So the original plan wasn't to go through, we'll go there first actually, wasn't to go through to the kind of narrow arm through to Llangollen like it does. That was never meant to be there. There was meant to be a reservoir further back, and the canal was supposed to go to Wrexham and then off to Chester. But because of the Napoleonic Wars, it never happened. So we're left with some pretty incredible things here, like the aqueduct, and it just kind of ends. So the aqueduct, let me turn you round. Sorry, I've got the dog today, you'll see in a second, because I am on holiday. Why is this not turning around? There we go. So I'm taking him out for a walk, so this is another new experience because he pulls on the lead, so I'll have to take him off in a minute. So that's the aqueduct there, and this is what became the feeder. So this is what feeds the water down. So you've got the River Dee quite a few miles in that direction, where Horseshoe Falls feeds the water, and you can see in the bottom here how fast that water's running. So this is a very, very narrow canal. We walked up about 1.5 miles of it last night. Running back this way, running. And there's my dog, look. He is a border collie, very intelligent boy. Hang on, there. But he is also a massive pain in the butt. I hope you can all hear. I've not had any comments yet, or not comments I can see. Which is going to make this a lot more difficult if I can't see comments in this orientation. It says messages are visible. Ah, yes, thank you. Yeah, so you can all hear me okay. I think I just had to press a button to switch it on. Yeah, lovely morning. It was meant to be raining today. This is why this was a bit last minute. It's going to rain this afternoon. Right, so those saying you can hear me fine, that's excellent. What I will say is I think you're connected to my mic here, but you might not be. So it is on and it's linked to my phone, but I was trying it in the house and it wasn't really doing what it should do. But there is a bit of wind about, so when we get onto the aqueduct in a bit, we'll, if it gets too windy, just let me know. Okay, so why do the chats keep disappearing? Right, anyway, this is the basin. This is Trefoil Basin. We've got Anglo Welsh here, hire boats from here and do day boat hire and stuff. It's pretty cool. So we're going to walk up here, and there is a restoration here. I'm not really sure, I've never spoke to anyone from it, so I'm not too sure what's going on for what's called the Pontcysyllte Canal. And again, I probably pronounced that completely wrong. So, like I said, this, ooh, hello, just tripped over a ring. This was supposed to go off to Wrexham and stuff, and I've made a video on that a while back. But Napoleonic Wars ended that because of inflation, so it now stops. But there was a big chemical works. All of this area here was a massive industrial wasteland, but that's long since gone. And there's a plan to hopefully restore the basin up through there. Now, like I said, I've not heard a lot about it, but the group was only started in 2010, so hopefully it's still a thing. This down here is the tramways, you can see, it's still in place. The pub up there, the Telford. Oh, sorry, I've just lost. Yeah, he doesn't. Hey, David Jones, he does know where to go. For some reason, let me just try and press the button a second. There we go. I think it's the weight of the phone. The camera just dropped because it's normally, this thing's okay in portrait, but not in landscape. Anyway, Telford Inn, really good food in there. We ate there last night. We're staying in that little cottage on the end there, which is the old pay office. You've got some facilities, there's some toilets down in there. Let's have a little look through. But it's a lovely basin. It's a really beautiful area here in the Welsh Hills. Let's follow the dog then. I'm not sure how he's going to react to the aqueduct. Brennan, this way. This way. So I may have to take him back and then come back for the aqueduct, but we'll see. When we first got him, he wouldn't go near any bridges. Right. So I was just walking past some people. Try not to get him on camera if I can help it. So this is quite a cool bridge up here. Morning. Lord. So the chats disappear really quickly. Right, here we go. Yeah, David Jones, he's a border collie. He actually came from, we're not from around here, as you can probably tell by my voice. He actually came from a few miles from here, up near Mould somewhere. We came up, so he was a wedding anniversary gift to my gift to my wife. We'd wanted a dog since before we got married, so we got him. Well, he's 8 now, so we've had him for a while. Sorry, chats are weird this way round. Yeah, so I wasn't originally going to film today, Chris, but the weather is looking a lot better. Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, I got him for our first wedding anniversary. Was it our first? Must be. He's been a brilliant dog. He's a pain in the butt, and I think he's going to take a poo. So you might, yep, you're going to get some unpleasant viewing for a second. Sorry about that. I've got to do my duties though. I forgot the bags then. So now I've got to carry a poo around for the whole live stream. How nice is that? Yeah, but he's fantastic, and he's grown up with both our kids. So my wife was heavily pregnant when we got him. My little boy's 7, coming on nearly 8. He's 8 this year. Well, September. There you go, poo bag. I won't show you the poo on the live stream. They don't really bother with him too much, but he's a great. No signals in tunnel. I'm not going to go that far. What do you mean, the little bridge I just walked under? It can't be that bad. The Wi-Fi is really good here. I always complain about the internet here, so I had to turn it off though because I'm right next to where I'm staying. So there's been some work going on up here, and I haven't walked up here yet. We only got here sort of about 3 o'clock yesterday. And there's a big building gone up on the side of one of the basins over there. Not sure what that is. I think that's a boat. Was a boat works up there. Anyway, yeah. So this canal, I'm not going to go much further up here. We go to the little bridge. It would have gone under here, kind of where you can see that fencing up ahead, and then gone round and curved round to a big basin up around that area. So the Plascine Aston for it to the base. I think the clay bed's still there. Just following the dog look. I'll try and keep an eye on comments as I go. Yeah, you got to be responsible when you got a dog. Got to clean up their poop as much as You hate carrying people around. So there's the bridge is still there. Let's walk down to it. And like I said, I think a lot of the clay bed's still in place. So the idea is it should be quite easy to restore. You can see it's all been rebuilt here. It's completely blocked up underneath there. And I think that arm there went off to another little basin as well. Well, that's very, very narrow. It's narrower than a boat. So I'm not sure what that was. It might have been off there. There's another basin at the back there. Hang on. The small brio. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Right, so we're going to walk down to the aqueduct now. We can have a good look around it. So ask questions as we go, if possible. But look at that blue sky. It's amazing. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe as well. I'm approaching 40,000 subscribers finally. I've got about 600 I think left to go. I've grown by, I'd won over 1,000 in less than 2 days. No, Chris, I'm not from Canal River Trust, no. I'm I guess my name is independent filmmaker. I'm basically just a YouTuber that covers canals. I do a lot with Canal River Trust though. I've been doing this for 4 years. I work with lots of restoration trusts. I'm an ambassador for 2 of those, the Lichfield Canal, well, Lichfield and Hafferton Canals Restoration Trust and the Wilson Parks Canal Trust, which I'm very proud of. Through all my work, I've kind of become known to Canal River Trust, actually via Paul Whitewick. If you don't follow him, please do. I'll look back at your comment in a second, sorry. And that got me in with Canal River Trust. Paul got me to a lock on the Kent and Avon, which I've never actually put the video up of because I wasn't too happy with it. It might go up one day, where they were replacing lock gates and stuff. But and then it's kind of spiraled from there. Now with Whitchurch, I do loads of them, but I don't work for them now. So those tramways would have come on this side as well. That's now just a path, and gone up to, you can see the second basin on the left up there now. Is there a canal that runs through a lake? Trying to think off the top of my head. I know there's plans, so like the Chesterfield, they plan to run through a lake, and actually I've got some stuff on that which I might release. I have made a video on it, where they're planning then to come out of the lake with either a boat lift or a load of locks. But to my knowledge, I can't think of any that run through a lake. Many sort of marinas and stuff on the side, which could have been old lakes, but I'm sure someone will comment one, and it's probably completely obvious as well. Dave Jones, yeah, beautiful up here. It's Lavalier. Sorry, F autocorrect. So do you know how much a repair, right, the breach costs? No, is a simple answer. I'm going to guess 10 to 12 million. Some people are saying 15, others are saying 5. It depends, I guess, how much of this stuff they can reuse. So if you don't know, the breach is on this canal further down. Caledonian Canal, well, that's through locks, isn't it? So yeah, maybe that's probably one of the better options. Locks is in CHS. Any sounding like that is my nemesis, as you can probably tell. Yeah, sorry, what was I saying? Yeah, so this canal is the canal that breached, and it's a bit further down. So the water comes from underneath the bridge where we looked at the start, and runs across the aqueduct, and then down to Whitchurch, where it runs for Grindley Brook locks. But that breached obviously December 22nd, and now they're repairing it. Yeah, your guess is as good as mine. I would say it's going to be 10 million at least, but I'm not 100% sure. So I reckon we walk across the aqueduct, which is just ahead of us. See how my dog gets on. I might put him on his lead actually. Brennan, come here. Hopefully he goes across. It's very narrow and I'm going to see people along the way. I was hoping to see a poo bin, but no sign of one yet. Yeah, we'll go across, we'll look at the other side in the embankment and then we'll come back across. But look at this view in a second. It's incredible. My arm might be pulled off in a second because he's pulling. The Basingstoke Canal sort of runs through a lake, one of the reservoirs. I'll be honest with you, I lived near the Basingstoke for a few years and I don't know it that well. I always plan to explore it. I know it's short. It starts short of Basingstoke, or stops short of Basingstoke. Right, here we go. Brennan, this way. Look at that. It's incredible. This was started in 1795, built by 1805. That they could even build these things. We'll look at the piers and stuff in a bit. We'll take a walk down there in a minute. But let's go across the aqueduct first. I'm just waiting for some people to come across. These sections are all bolted together, like 11,000 bolts, and they're all identical between each arch. Obviously different sizes going through. Here we go. The dog is doing all right, I think. I'm now trying to hold a lead, look at your chats, hold a poo, hold the phone. Given the rising cost of fuel, the cost of repairing a breach is just going to spiral. Yeah, definitely. It's just a little grate in there. Yeah, diesel cost for the pumping alone is like £9,000 a month, I think it is. So I saw 186.9 for diesel on the way up. I'm assuming they're using red diesel though, but it's still going to be ridiculous. Yeah, don't fall in, definitely not. Look at that, that's the River Dee. So this is the river that feeds it, just quite a lot further up that way. That's the edge. Lean over. The dog doesn't like stopping, so apologies about this. What if you can hear him whining? With the canal boat hire, ABC, who are down at the church, are bringing boats in. They brought 4 in last week. I filmed it, but the footage was on my phone without a mic and it was terrible, so I'm not too sure if I'll release it. And they brought more in on the last go as well. Look at that view. How's the sound, guys? 195.9 for diesel in Shrewsbury. Well, that's, yeah, well, that's close to where I am now. Wow. Wow. It is more expensive up here. When I came up to do the Whitchurch, I had to fill in, I put half a tank in. He's going to top up the river now. I put half a tank in, and because it was so expensive, it was 12p a litre more up here than it was where I'm from. Right, this is the exciting bit here. You see that little handle there? You're not going to do anything with it. Underneath here is like a bow, and that lifts that up, and this is where you empty down into the River Dee down there, and it comes out like a spout from the side of the aqueduct down below there. You can probably see the spout, but I'm not too keen on putting my phone out there, if I'm honest. But they don't use that anymore, so they only restore this about every 20 to 30 years. Yeah, so I wait, well, what am I, 40 odd now, so I'm going to be probably 70 the next time they do that. But they tend to put stop planks on the ends and pump it out now rather than draining it through there. It's all to do with, I think they weren't too sure if it was going to work last time. And there's also, I think, contamination issues with sort of water going into the river. So when they pump it over, it spills into here anyway, but I'm not so sure on that. This is going to be the test for the sound because it is windy. See the water rippling in here. Look. They've just banned paddle boarders from going over it, I think, and for good reason, because I imagine that's quite dangerous. Alright, let's see if we can see any comments while we're up here. Oh, well, that wind's cold. Right. Yeah, morning everyone who's saying. Alright, we've done that. Petrol was 159.9. I wonder what it's going to go to. Ian Faultless walking the length of the Monty in May. Any plans to visit yourself soon? Do you know what? It's not far from here, obviously, because it's this side of the breach. I might go down and see what's happening, but I don't think there's a huge amount to show. I went fairly recently for the update at Crick Heath. Yeah, the views. NJH are incredible from up here. I mean, as long as you're not worried about heights, it is amazing. Just all the way around. God, that wind's blowing my phone. I've got it on like a gimbal. Wow. That is bad. Look at that. Did you see that? Sorry, my nose is running a little bit. I've got no tissue. Just let some people pass. My dog won't go to the side. Come to the side, Brennan. I think he's a bit scared. Bring your bum in. Sit. He's not liking the wind. Hi there, you're right. Don't think he likes the wind. Right. Well, this is, when was it built? 1795 to 1805. It took 10 years to build. So the steel all came from William Hazeldine. What a cast. You can see the segments there that look on that side. This towpath, it's actually waterproof here to allow more flow through. It was originally wooden, and they replaced it. I think it's cast iron now, with like a tarmac. Wow, that wind! I can't turn my phone around that way because the wind catches it. This is the problem with that. This is why I had to have a mic. If I just had my phone, you wouldn't be able to hit me. Well, you probably can't hear me that well now. Right, so we're nearly at the end of the aqueduct. We'll pop underneath and you can get good views underneath the structure. Oh, my hand's freezing. Oh, you've got to have your hand out holding the gimbal. It's wow cold. So yeah, all the cast came from one place. So you probably did quite well. Okay, what's on here? Yes, it's a sewage treatment plant underneath here. So it's Pontcysyllte, so Pontcysyllte, so Pontcysyllte Aqueduct. 1795 to 1805 as part of the Lavalier Canal. Thomas Talford. I don't know why it's only Thomas Talford's name. William Jessup was involved as well. My gimbal's gone funny, and this plaque was done much later. It cost about, I think it's £47,000 to build, which the last time I checked, which was probably 3 years ago, was 4 million. Brennan, come here. I'm just going to take him off his lead a sec. With the way inflation's gone the past few years. Sit. The way inflation's gone over the past few years, that's going to be probably another million on top of that, I'd imagine. Right, so you can go underneath here and go up onto the other side, which we'll do, and I think you can walk down that other side as well. So look at this. Look at that. This is what I wanted to bring you to this side because you can get right up to these arches. So these are bolted together. You can see all the bolts up in there. Look, the bolts are all original, pretty much. There are some newer ones in there, but most of them are over 200 years old. They replaced some about 30-40 years ago. And when they do an inspection. They do kind of check the ones they've done to try and work out wear, and with the wear they've got, they know that these ones are good for at least another couple of 100 years, the ones that are original. So this is the structure. So as you can see, it's hollow underneath. So you've got these supporting arches, and they're all bolted together. And you can see the sections there, look, where there's almost like a rust line. Now that's sealed with a Welsh, let me think about it. Oh, hang on, sorry, knocking into the bridge. The Aqueduct at Harry Potter, no, that's, you're on about the viaduct, that's in Scotland. That's, somewhere I'd love to go, but aren't they putting a big fence up around it? I've got some notes here because I forget everything. Yeah, it's Welsh flannel in those gaps. So where you can see those rusts, it's sealed with Welsh flannel. Martin Zero did quite a good video on this before I was really in with the Canal River Trust, and he mentioned that they used like Welsh. So they use the was it Welsh flannel, wasn't it? Yeah, Welsh flannel. When they put like they used to boil a sugar solution up. Let me just try and turn you back around to straighten you up because the gimbal has a mind of its own. So that goes in between the joints, but they also used to use like a white lead in there as well. I think with the flannel again. These piers themselves are hollow when they're built. So how they built it was they basically they built into the river and into the foundations, and then they built it up and they put like a big level platform out between them as they went, and then built off of those. It's amazing, it really is. It's one of the most impressive structures you'll see on the Canal network. Just making sure, dinghy time. I've been across it in a boat, but Peter Jill, how bad was the wind at the top there? Yeah, I'm not going to get into the politics around everything going on in the Middle East at the moment. It's not worth it. It is. The wind's very cold as well. Yeah. My knees would be knocking across in this aqueduct, Chris. Yeah, I'm good. I used to jump out of planes and everything. Yeah. I used to do a lot of climbing back in my thinner days. I used to do a lot of rock climbing, free climbing as well. I was an idiot. I can't do that sort of thing these days. Not, I mean, only am I too fat. There's a bit of a leak on the side there. That's always been there every time I've been there. So that would be holding the structure together. So there'd be one, you'll see on the other side. And that'll be bolted through. So that'll go right the way through there and hold it together. It is a massive Meccano set, yeah, you're not wrong. So like I said, all of these sections that go across here and up there are identical to the next one. So it's basically like just get the right bit and put it in as you go. It would have been impressive to see them building these arches, even though they are kind of bolted together. They would have probably had a platform just below here and a big scaffold going up and holding it up. But yeah, brilliant. So I want to show you this embankment, because this canal, what people don't realise is this aqueduct is quite long in itself. It's the longest in the country, the highest in the world. It's 336 yards long, but there's an embankment that comes off of here, which is incredibly high, which takes the canal kind of right up to, there's a bend up ahead here with a lift bridge. And it's, when you think about what happened at Whitchurch, you think about this embankment, it's huge. No big cranes back in those days, definitely not. The industrial, I saw a question. I can say I'm fat because I'm fat. I'm sorry if no one likes me saying I'm fat, but I am fat. The wind filter could have done with a wind filter. Yeah, Chris, the Industrial Revolution was the best structural period, without a doubt. I think what drew me to canals originally was the engineering. And I love the industrial era. I wouldn't mind, whilst I'm here, sorry about the bad angle, trying to control a lead and a poo. Going to the Shrewsbury Flax Mill, which is technically the oldest skyscraper in the world. So it's built with a steel frame, and what happened during that period, that whole industrial period, was kind of George III to into the Victorian times, was we just learnt so much but still kept a style to the buildings. And don't get me wrong, buildings that are built now are probably technically better, they're safer, more environmentally friendly and all sorts, but we've got there's nothing nice. They're just all boxes, aren't they? With the bridge components. Hang on. This is really annoying. So it's good that I figured out how to go into landscape, but I've got to keep pressing buttons to go into comments. Right, I'm going to say this now, Xander Wizard. Right. They do not hurt the fish when they're taking fish out. You've got this massive thing against Canal and River Truss. Right, so they could have left those fish in there to die, but they used a 110 volt current to shock those fish to bring them out. And I've seen the kit, I've got it on video, go back and look at my videos, it's 110, it's yellow. 240 is blue. And that doesn't hurt, it's a well-known method. You've got a thing about them taking Xander out the canal. Xander are killing native populations and absolutely destroying our natural ecosystems. Yes, they've been here for a long time, but they're not naturalised. They have to remove them, they have to control populations to be able to allow other fish species to survive. If you keep on going on about this rubbish, I'll just block you from the channel because you're doing my head in. Alright, I've said it, it's on video, there you go. Xander are an invasive species, yeah, Flash Gormanus, but Xander Wizard seems to think that he's on a one-man crusade to save every single one in the waterways. But what he doesn't seem to understand is he's killing so much native populations of fish. They're wiping out. You go to certain areas where they're in canals and rivers or whatever, and you won't find a fish over a certain size because they eat them all. It's bloody ridiculous. He's doing my nutting. Sorry, there's my rant over. Keep it up, mate, and you'll be banned at the end of this video. Right, sorry, just trying to get chats back up. No, they should not be in the canals. Would the bridge components have been delivered by Canal? I think it was one of the last structures to be finished, so maybe some of them, probably most of it would have been horse and cart back then. Everyone has admitted 240 except for me. No one else was on site close to it. No one else saw the kit. I saw it. One more comment and you're banned as soon as I've done this video. I don't think I can do it now. I've bit my tongue too much of you. It is very important to control native invasive species, Chris, exactly that. You can't, so let's have a look at the Florida Everglades, right? They've got Burmese pythons in there and absolutely wrecking the place. And there's groups going out and killing them, which I get paid for. And that's done because everyone that breeds puts more into the population and causes more of an issue for native species. Xander are no different. And if you don't like that, that's fine. And you can keep putting Pinocchio faces on in the comments all you like. I'm not lying, I've seen the kit, it's 110. I'm a plumber, I work on site. 110 is yellow, 240 is blue. Anyway, that's the last I'm saying about it. I said that a minute ago, but right. Hi Jesus from channel, he's gone. He's still going in the comments, sorry. Right, sorry, now some of the comments might not make sense. Sorry about that rant. Yeah, crayfish, is it the signal they're called, the American crayfish, causing a lot of problems. They're killing our species, they're burrowing in. They're everywhere as well, we're not going to get rid of them, I don't think. Yeah, he's blocked, Chris. I nearly blocked him the other day. He's just got ridiculous. You can hide a user from the channel, so he's probably still watching. So you probably still think you could comment, but none of your comments are seen. I support Canal and River Trust because I support the Canal network and I support what they're doing. They're in a lot of trouble. And you'll always get people who won't like my channel for that. But I support them like I support any other canal restoration trust, and I'll continue to do so. Do they make every right decision? No, they don't. Do you make every right decision in your life? No, you don't. So there you go. Hello. I did get your message this morning, Rebecca. I haven't responded. I think that's you anyway. The crayfish, they're meant to be very nice. I think they're I think you've got to have a license to catch them though, haven't you, because of the risk of catching native ones. But the signal crayfish are apparently very yummy. I'm on a diet at the moment, although I broke it quite badly last night. Don't you have to, aren't they like pike, you've got to sit them in fresh water before you do anything to them to try and get the earthiness out of them? Is that correct? I've never had pike, but... so this is a basin, very popular in the southern states. Yeah, they do big, is it called a broil? But they put them in with all sorts, loads of veg and potatoes, and they cook them for hours. There we go, so you've got I think it's a swing bridge up there, and that goes off then towards Whitchurch. So sorry, I was meant to be telling you about some embankments. Let's do that on the way back. Broil them like a lobster. I do like lobster, that's one of my favourites. Any suggestions for food places up here while we're here? I'd like to try Canal side or close to Canal and try and leave reviews and comments and posts about them to try and build up publicity for some of the businesses. They're going to struggle up here. There's not going to be anywhere near as many boats up here this year. There'll still be the same amount of foot traffic, but probably, I don't know, half as many boats or something. No problem, wee one. Get a stogie from Llangollen. A stogie is a fish, isn't it? The shop by the bridge. Like a massive pasty. What's that up the... By the Aqueduct, you mean? Up, it's a little premier up there. You can start to see the valley coming out on this side. It gets quite tall. So I'm going to try and get down to Whitchurch this week. I'm on holiday, so I am filming Monday and Tuesday, just like literally half an hour for Canal River Trust and 2 spots, well, 1 spot. But I might try and get to Whitchurch as well. I've got all my setup with me, so I can edit a video. My wife's aware that I will be doing stuff. I love flash corners. I love fish. I could eat just fish, prawns and stuff as well. I love it. So you can see the embankment getting taller. That's just bungalows, but there's some houses down here underneath. So this is significantly taller than Whitchurch. I'm not sure where we're going to go to. We might go to Llangollen itself. It's due to rain this afternoon. My wife is epileptic. She's having seizures at the moment. So she had about half a dozen last night. They're only little ones. So we're I've left her in bed. The kids are happy playing in the living room where we're staying. So she's asleep still. So I don't know what time we're going to get out today. Yeah, I think this side here is private moorings. I'm not 100% sure. That side is the main towpath on that side. But if you look down through here, you've got water points all through here and stuff. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Oh, hang on. Nearly banned someone then. It's like a pasty for the Jolly Green Giant. I'm like the Jolly Blue Giant, does that help? Baker's, I'll have a look, thank you. The restaurant next to it. You're talking about the Telford pub? They do the pies. That's where we went last night. Really good. Any news from something? Hang on. This is annoying. I hope the steam railway's running, Peter Jewell, because I want to go on it. From the Bridgewater, no. Any news from the Bridgewater? I don't know what to say on that. It's the Bridgewater. Peel Holdings. I'm working very slowly on this. I'm not going to say too much on camera because legal stuff. But there's the embankment there. You're really high. I don't know how many feet that is. It's got to be 40 at least. Even on a windy day, it's still beautiful up here. The Piggy Wig. I know. Oh, did it? The sewage manhole overflowed on the Bridgewater. I've never actually been to site. I made a video on it using Josh Taylor's footage. Taylor's aboard. Very good friend of the channel, and vice versa. I keep thinking I'm going to go up there, and I did think about going up this week, but it's still, I think it's about an hour away from here. Maybe I'll do it when I'm doing sort of Manchester stuff next. It would be good to get on site, but yeah, the sewage treatment works has been overflowing, so they're struggling. I don't think the treatment works is up and running properly yet, so I do believe that they're tankering out all the time. So if you've got heavy flows from rain, you fill up those storm tanks, then you're going to have trouble there. Oh wow, the lorry driver was kipping and didn't see it. Yeah, David Jones, this embankment, if you look at it, which is what I think is going to happen, it's a concrete channel through here. Much of this canal is. I'll do another live stream later in the week and we go the other way, and most of the canal is a concrete channel. I think that's been done to protect things a little bit. I don't know when that was done, I've no idea. So it's probably a lot more secure than Whitchurch was. Hello Australia. I was talking to Sydney last night before I went to bed. My mother and father-in-law out there staying with my brother and sister-in-law. They live in a place called Parks outside Sydney. So we had to do a call before the kids went to bed. Right, I think I'm caught up. Oh, did he? CP overview, another friend of the channel, Colin. So he's Manchester based. He actually did, so it was quite cool meeting him because I'd followed him for quite a long time. And he does stadium builds. So being from where he is, a lot going on over the past few years with Manchester City, Anfield and Everton's new ground. So he did a lot of stadium builds and stuff, and I used to watch all of his stuff. And I was on the breach one day. I know he'd done Bridgewater stuff before. Then I was on the breach probably 2 weeks after I first went, and I started talking to him. He had his drone up. Found out who he was. It was quite cool to meet him because he was someone I'd watched for a few years. But yeah, he does a lot of different stuff. CP overview, go and have a look at him as well. There are two other kind of local guys doing it. You've got Kieran and Lottie Photography. He's the one that gets all the views. He gets about 40,000 views a day. Does a daily update. And Riley Roby, he does pretty much daily videos, sometimes twice a day down there as well. Yeah, I'll have a look. I'll look at it in a bit once I finish this. Sorry, it just popped up. That's another channel. Lee's HVEE4 does lots on the Stroudwater, the Cotswold canals. Go and see his channel as well. Oh, see you in a bit. Hey, sorry, he's just saying he's popping off. I'm going to go back across the aqueduct and we'll go down the other side because there's some amazing views of the aqueduct down there. One last little view underneath. This is incredible. It's just amazing. So they've got some tie-ins there as well. They go at an angle. Let's see if we can find those around here. Probably comes out around here somewhere from that angle. I can't see it. It'll be under the bank actually. So they're basically like a big plate with a big bar through, with a big nut on each end. That goes right through, holds the structure from kind of collapsing outwards under its own weight. Right, sorry, that's my dog's bum. My other channel, sorry, who was that? I didn't see who said that, I just saw it flash up. What's happened, Lord stiff upper lip, I've made the other channel wanting to put less Canal stuff on there, so Industrial Revolution era more than canals, so railways and buildings like the flax mill I spoke about earlier. But the reality was I didn't have time to do 2 videos. I just didn't post on there for ages. So you may have noticed I uploaded a load of videos at Christmas. That was moving all the videos over from that channel. It's still active, and one day I will start using it again. But I need to be at a stage where this channel is paying enough to take a couple of days off work without me having to make those up. At the moment I work 7 days a week. Most evenings. I dread to think how many hours I work, because I've got a business as well. Brennan, come back a second. There's just a guy running across. So the channel's got to start, and it will continue at some point. But at this stage, it's kind of, what's the word, mothballed. We use a railway term. Just waiting for this guy to run across and we go back over. See if we can get a better look at those piers at the bottom as well. They're pretty cool. So the noise might get a bit mental again for a second. We are pretty high up here with that wind, and it just comes down through the valley here and absolutely batters you as you walk across. It's 126 foot tall, this. You see already, literally come out from those trees there and bang, it hits you. Leeward Pump House I've been to, not been to Clay Mills. I've been to one on the Canal, Crofton, but I didn't film there. I'm gonna try and set something up for that one day. Yeah, pump houses are amazing. They really are. Crofton is quite special. Look at that. Crofton is down that way. It's not as far as you think. I think it's about 3.5 miles by the canal. Is that right? I did a 1.5 miles yesterday. No, it's more than that. But it's somewhere around that. Yeah, my wife's quite tolerant. Liz, she's very tolerant. I'm very lucky. Not only is she absolutely stunning and a lovely person to boot, she lets me play with my toys and do all of this without complaining too much. Yeah, Chris, I think we're all a bit surprised with how many eels are in the canal, to be honest with you. They're a critically endangered species, the European eel, which is going to get some comments, I know. And I saw them pull out, I think about 5 in the end, and I know they pulled a bunch more out after I left. And on the second and third fish rescues, certainly some came out in those. Yeah, Ian, views are incredible. They are the best you're going to get on the Canal network, if you ask me. I might do the same down at Chirk, because Chirk's pretty cool. I would love to stream through the tunnel, but obviously that's not going to work. I love a tunnel. Yeah, flash gormless, are all out now, all the fish. They did the last fish rescue on Monday last week. Riley Roby, CP overview, I think Taylor's aboard, and Karen and Lottie all caught that. I didn't come, I was coming up on a Tuesday anyway. I couldn't take another day off work, so. Look at that. The River Dee. My dog, I haven't got him on his lead on the way back, is doing amazing. I thought he was going to have a bit of a fit. My daughter I don't think would do this, my boy might. Do you think they will run water pipes? Sorry, I was half reading a comment then. The bridge water isn't like this canal. Sorry, is that Les? A screen glare. So this canal carries 12 million gallons of water, well, up to 12 million gallons of water a day from Llangollen up there. It comes from the River Dee below us, but much further up on Horseshoe Falls. Comes all the way down the narrow cut, down across this aqueduct, and then through into sort of Chirk and beyond, and then eventually gets to the breach. Now that carries water down here for drinking water for, I want to say Chester, but I'm probably wrong on that. It begins with C. It might be Crewe. The Bridgewater is just a linking canal, so it doesn't, although it's a good cruising ring, it's not carrying water to give water to people's homes, so there isn't that necessity to pump all that water around it like there is on this one. Yeah, the eels would have come from the River Dee definitely, and they would have come down through here. So yeah, they would have originally been in that river there, coming up this way, so the river flows towards us. No problem. Sorry, screen glare again, JS8. It's stunning. Where are you from? Where are you all from, actually? It's always good to see where everyone's from. No problem at all. They can't turn the pumps off because people will have no water in their house, Les. Crewe and Nant, which is where it goes to, thank you. Most of Cheshire, yeah. Derbyshire, Melbourne, Wixall, this is where everyone's from. Southwest Brum, Johannesburg, furthest, well no, we've got Australia, that's further. Thank you very much for watching all the way over there, amazing. Right, should we have one more look at this view before we go? Liverpool. I'm a big Liverpool fan. I wouldn't say big, I used to be when I was a kid. I still go up. I haven't been since Slot's been in charge, but yeah. I think I said that on the last live stream. Cornwall, a lovely place. South of Nantwich, Slough. Either we've got two viewers from Slough or Peter who commented on the last video. I always remember Slough. I don't know why I always remember Slough as a place. Say Staffordshire, I love Staffordshire. Staffordshire, Shropshire, Derbyshire. I would say the three places that have grown on me the most since I've been doing this. Klopp was back for the old boys. Oh, was he? That was, yeah, that was recently, wasn't it? My mate wanted to go and I don't know why we didn't go. Was Gerald was playing as well, wasn't he? Hang on, loads of names coming through places. Cardiff, Durban, South Africa, Norwich, Vasion, Denmark, is that pronounced right? I probably pronounced that wrong. Rossendale, East Lancs, never been there. Oh, it's this weekend. Yeah, yeah, that's right, actually it is, because I booked this holiday instead of going. Rugby, oh yeah, I know you. Black Country, I will message you in a bit, Rebecca. No handrail on the other side, no, but actually something that's quite interesting. If you look over there, can you see the little holes in the top? So it was built the same as this side. When I said these being identical, they are literally identical. So not only could you put them in you know, as they arrived, obviously as long as they're in the right order, because when I say they're identical, they've still got multiple pieces for each arch, but you could put them in either way around, because like I said, this is a canal under here, and all the fixings were there for the towpath to go on the top and the fixings for the handrail, so it didn't matter when it arrived in what orientation it was in, it could go straight in, which was great thinking back then. And this floats, I'm not going to put my camera down there, but basically, see if you can see there, you can see the gap underneath, so you're above there, so it's water flowing under, allows more water through. I'll have a little walk down there now. Trust me, the views are spectacular up here, but the view of the aqueduct from below is breathtaking. I love it. Alabama, hello. Sweet home Alabama. Yeah, it does go under the towpath, yeah. Burton on Trent, near Lichfield, where I spend a lot of time. Canal River Trust are here. I expect she's trying to sell friends to trust. Brennan! Sorry. You're right. Do become a friend of the trust if you can. You get free parking, I think. We're going to go to, there's a big, can't remember what it is, some sort of festival at Ellesmere Port this weekend. We're going to go on our way, well, it's not on our way back, but we're going to go up on the last day. And you get free parking, and I forgot my card. So I pay for, you know, being a friend of the trust, but no, I never actually take advantage of it. There's a guy there litter picking. Look at this. Are you a doc? Do you want him on the lead? Brennan, here, Brennan. Sorry. It was too late. It was too close. I'm sorry. I didn't see the lead. My bad. That's right. I'm going down in a second. Oh. Right, sit. Sorry, dog duties a second. Yeah, that's all right. I'll just go down here. Hang on, I'm going to have to do a spin because the dog's gone around me. 360 of the Aqueduct. Brennan, wait. So these are look at these piers. So they're hollow inside. And that was to do with weight, because it's so blooming tall that if they were structurally full as such, then they would weigh too much for the look at that, they'd weigh too much for down on the floor. So this is golden limestone, and it was supplied by John Simpson. That was a note if you could hear it rustling. Look at it. You don't really realise how tall it is until you get underneath it. Trying to see comments. Yeah, Flash Corner says there's a couple of videos. Cruising the Cut did one. Martin Zero did one, which I would say is the best one. I've met Martin a number of times. I really get on with Martin. He's a nice guy. So yeah, watch those. And did Heidi Narrowboat Pirate do one as well, I think? Right. Auckland, New Zealand. I think you're probably the furthest. It is one of the wonders of the world. How did you find going over on the boat? I want to be there now. It looks amazing. It really does, Lee. North Yorkshire, UK is such a gem. I think, depending where you're from, I think were you from Alabama, Jesse? Certainly compared to America, I think we've got all this stuff that you haven't got. But this is roughly the same age as America, isn't it? But you have got a lot of very other interesting history there, if you go back to sort of Native Americans and stuff as well. But we've kind of got stuff kind of visible being found throughout all the eras, which is quite nice. I can't find where I got from. Tamworth, Horsham. It is a masterpiece of engineering, David. It's Chris, it's the tallest canal aqueduct in the world, but there are taller aqueducts which carry water. I think there's one in Spain, isn't there, that's taller. I couldn't really go too much into all of that, but Joy's World, you missed a treat. There's nothing like the feeling of being all that way up. Look how tall it is. You know, there's 126 foot in the air, and you've got wind blowing you so hard it's trying to blow you off the edge. It's an experience. Oh, Australia, sorry. Yeah, similar situation, I guess. Again, loads of really cool native stuff. I love Australia though. Australia's a very special place. Yeah, it flashed Gormless. That's where I'm going down to now. You can go down by the side of the river and look up at it, and it's incredible. In fact, the first video I did on this, which doesn't really appear in searches, you've got to go on my channel to find it in the Clan Gotham playlist. I was trying to find it to share it last night. That's where I started the video from, down there. Britain has thousands of years of history. So do Australia, so does America, so does all the other places that we colonised and destroyed the native populations, which is pretty awful. But the history is just very different, and been quite badly erased by those who came before us. But it's still there if you want to look hard enough. Oh, cool. So go to 360 Picture UK. Is that on your channel? If it is, go to his channel, and he's got a movable 360 video film from the front of the narrowboat overlooking the edge. That would be very cool to see. So please do go and have a look there and give a sub if that is the YouTube channel. I'm guessing 100% is about the native comment. Do you know your sort of history, JSA? It's quite cool. I know Australians are really keen on genealogy, isn't it? I did my family tree, but I traced back to the 1700s, where basically we were naval, and I've got some pictures of the boats that my great whatever granddads were on and stuff. The Aqueduct is in a new Peaky Blinders movie. I watched that the other day and I was incredibly disappointed. I can't remember the Aqueduct, but I'm pretty sure they filmed from down where we're going. Someone put some posts up saying Peaky Blinders are here, and it was Tommy walking across the top. It is a beautiful day. The wind is always bad on the top of the Aqueduct. You're above a valley, it's always bad. Yes, Olvid 7 years back. So look on 360 Picture UK, scroll back 7 years, and there's a 360 video. It's cold today. I'm in a coat, a hoodie, and I got my hat on. But only because I knew I was going over the Aqueduct. I think I'd be okay in a hoodie if it wasn't if I wasn't on the top of there. Right, let's have a look. So yeah, these piers are hollow, like I say, to save weight. You can see when you start getting down here how tall they are. They are really, really special. Really need to blow my nose. I didn't bring any tissue with me. So here we are at the bottom, and you can see here we're on the wrong side, but they're identical both sides. I can't think what they call it when it's like a breaker. So the base is designed to be to a point. They look almost rounded from this angle, but they're a point. And that breaks the water and stops erosion. Kind of directs the water down to the channels, which you'll see in a second a bit better. So these would have been built with like a cofferdam at the time. They would have gone down onto bedrock with them, which is probably pretty much the riverbed. Is that 40,000 years of Aboriginal history? That's incredible, isn't it? I was watching something the other day. Is it 100,000 years? Any trace of us is gone? I can't remember if it's 10 or 100. It must be 100,000 years. So they reckon, yeah, buttress, that's the word for it. No, no, that's not buttress. Buttress would be the edges. It's 221 years old, Flash Gormus here. Sorry, I've lost my train of thought now. Yeah, 100,000 years. At that point, we lose everything that we've made. Steel and all sorts will be completely disintegrated, as well as plastics and whatnot. And there's like arguments that we could have had a more advanced civilization on Earth, which has basically been erased, because, you know, we are just a speck on Earth's history. Yeah, so 40,000 years, you're still going to have traces, albeit very eroded. All right, no more comments at the moment. Let's walk down here. My dog's going to the right place. I'm trying to think if he came on the last holiday here. I'll come to this one, and I think Martin Zero filmed a bit further down. Brennan. Look at that. Look at that. How can you not be impressed by that? If you look up, actually, let me put that down. Where are we? That arch. Can you see that ring? That is the pipe. I don't think the shadows hide it. So that bit pulls out on the top. I'm not really going to show it because I'm so zoomed in. On the top there was where that pulley bit was, and that's where the water will gush out of up there. Yeah, very impressive. Yeah, my dog Jesse is amazing. He's terrible on the lead, really bad on the lead. Let me get back to a normal zoom, somewhere about there. There he is, look. He's just happy to potter around and have a sniff, have a wee, see what's going on with the world. He's the best dog I've ever had, I'm not going to lie. He's 8 now, and I'm getting sad because I know he's getting a bit grey around his beard and, well, around his face. Incredible dog. I think the place where we got him from is closed down now. I heard some bad rumours about the place after we got him. Has he gone there? But he's been amazing. No health problems. He's a bit nervous. When we first got him, he had trouble with his stomach, but it was hot when we got him. There we go. Yeah, other than that, he's been really good. We've had no issues with him. He likes to bark at stuff. That's his only problem. He used to fish the deer a lot by Corwen. Corwen's nice as well, isn't it? That's where the railway runs to, isn't it, Corwen? The steam railway. Yeah, again, someone saying about the 360 Picture UK video. Go and have a look at that 7 years ago. Border Collies are really good. So my wife is... Guys, am I live still? It keeps kicking out on the signal. I'm not sure if I'm live or not yet until someone says. Sorry, David Jones' comment. Border Collies are amazing. My wife had Border Collies or crosses all her life. So when we spoke about getting a dog, it was always going to be a Border Collie. Right, thanks, Jesse and Joan. I'm going to try and move down to the next section and hope there's not so much interference on signal. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to turn you around. Hang on, that one. Because then you might get a view of the Aqueduct at the back as we walk along. Yeah, so she always had Border Collies, and when we looked at getting a dog, it's pretty much the option. I like Labs. We had Labs as a kid. But I found them online for sale. So it was a farm. They were a working farm. They had a lot of puppies there, mind, when we got there. And I'd already picked him out before we left. We nearly came back with 2. grey merle as well, which are stunning dogs. But I'd have another border collie tomorrow. When the day goes, doesn't need to cover his ears. When the day comes that he goes, I think it will be another border. They are fantastic. Is this where? Is my signal still good, guys? It hasn't said anything. Right. Yeah, a few people saying I'm breaking up. I can't see what my signal is on the stream. Yeah, please like and subscribe if you can. I don't like to beg on videos. Oh, look at this. This is a spot. I'm on me. I thought we were looking at the Aqueduct. Sorry, hang on. But if you want to do anything like super thanks, become a member. It all helps support my channel. Oh, this is a good spot. I'm going to walk down here, look. Yeah, any donation is appreciated. But also, on that respect, if you're going to donate, I would quite like, you'd sort of rather do a local canal trust or the Canal and River Trust. There's probably a lot of river noise here. But do you know what, actually, as hard as a boat going across there now, I can see it just up there. Stone here. This isn't, well, the stone came quite locally, I think. It's a golden limestone. Yeah, like if you can like this stream as well, good shout there. That always helps. So I am close to, I don't know what I'm at the moment. Your reading is behind what I see on my stuff. I think it's limestone, Stefan, yeah. But I'm really close to 40,000. I was about 600 away when I started this stream. So if you can subscribe, that would be amazing to get to 40,000 this month. Yeah, David, I've been trying to convince my wife to get, so my plan was when he was 6 or 7, to get another dog. Before he's too old to be annoyed by a puppy, to get another dog so you've got that crossover for the kids, because the dog is likely to be the first loss they're going to experience in their life. So I think having another dog already will help ease that and make loss a bit more, I know it sounds horrible, a bit more, bit easier to manage and stuff, rather than getting a dog as soon as he goes. But I don't like to think about it, but my wife is adamant she doesn't want 2 dogs. The problem is we got Brennan when my wife was pregnant, and then we had 2 kids under 2. So you know, we had a 2-year-old dog, a 19-month-old boy, and a little girl came along, and things were pretty mad. And I think she just she's put off by. Okay, I'm stood proud up there. I think she's put off by having another pup. She doesn't seem to believe me when I say 2 dogs are actually easy to look after than 1, because they form a pack and they're much easier to walk and stuff as well. But yeah, she's. I don't think I'm going to change that. I could sit here all day, grab a sandwich, or actually a salad because I'm on a diet, and just sit here with. Sorry, my chin's at this angle. The Aqueduct behind, the river in front as well, and behind. What a sight, eh? So this is wow, 75 minutes long nearly. I don't think it's going to be that long. So any more? Yeah, Jesse, we don't struggle for water here. This river. Oh, it's 39,400 subs, Stefan. So I'm probably ahead of that. It's normally a bit behind. Yeah, back to Chris's comment, and we've had a lot of rain here. JSA's comment about a fast-flowing river. The River Dee is a proper river, as I call it. It's a proper mountain, fed from the hills, Welsh river. The problem we've got in this country is a lot of rivers have been straightened and narrowed and all sorts over the years, and you don't get this. It's natural, rapid, carving its way through, making its own path. It's so nice down here. The Dee is probably my favourite river. Sorry, just going through comments. Thanks Flash, Gormus. 101 watching, only 23 likes, come on. That figure goes up and down as well, so people drop in and out of the video. When am I next down the Cotswolds? I'm not sure. I've had a Cotswold video. Has that one gone out? Yeah, that went out last weekend. I've got Lichfield going out tonight. Chesterfield going out next Saturday. And then I've got some stuff I'm filming on the Hereford and Gloucester Canal, which may go out after that. I've not filmed it yet. And I've got some Canal and River Trust stuff from other projects coming up as well. I've got a lot of stuff in development at the moment. So it might be a few weeks before I'm back in the Cotswolds. I want it to be full, really, before I go back there next. But I'm also in charge of, I'm in contact with the person who is the company that's delivering the missing mile. So it might be that Cotswold stuff comes sooner. Yeah, sit and work down here. If only the internet was good down here, and then I would quite happily sit and work with my computer down here. Oh, is there pubs down there, is there? So down in that direction there's a couple of local pubs. I might bring the kids down here for a walk on one of the nicer days. Thanks, Dave Jones. I've not really done live streams. I've done a few, but they've normally been from like home or from in my office. And I did a walk-in live stream which had its issues on the Lichfield with Narrowboat Nige. We had signal issues. O2 is terrible. And I should really do more, so I'm going to try and do some more as we go. Yeah, we have amazing pubs here, don't we? Proper pubs. I grew up in a pub. My dad had a pub for 14 years. I lived with my mum and then I ended up moving in with my dad. We moved away. I came back to where I'm originally from. So I lived there for about 5 years through my teens. So yeah, I love a pub. I don't drink that much these days, but I do love a pub. Starlink is a possible option, but it's expensive and I couldn't really use it for like these streams, but it would be good for coming down here. But I need a better MacBook first. My MacBook's not that great. I was tempted to go back to the Cotswolds yesterday on the way up just to get some shots and walk the dog. I might do it on the way back. They're filling it in 4 stages, that section. So they're only putting a little bit of water in it and testing it first. So I think it's going to be a couple of months before it's fully full. It's full. Yeah, Chris, phone signal is terrible, but O2 is particularly bad. I'm lucky when you've got signal, if it actually works. It tells you you've got signal and then doesn't work. Yeah, Flash Gormless, we don't use pubs enough. But the problem is now people can't afford it. We've got a cost of living. And how much is a pint now? This shows you how much I drink now. I don't drink at home, I only drink out in the pub. A pint must be £7 now around where I am. So if you go out and have 10 pints, depends how much you can drink, I guess, you know, and something to eat, you're £100 down, and it's just not worth it now. O2 in Swindon is terrible. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Pete Crow sent me an email. What was that about? I don't think I've seen it. Yeah, I'm the same, Flash Gormless, actually. I use pubs more for food. It's funny though, because I remember when my dad had a pub, it was all baguettes and stuff at lunchtime. There was never a dream of doing food in the evening. And I remember kind of food starting to become more popular, and my dad sold just after the smoking ban, because my dad was a heavy smoker and he didn't want to stand behind the bar and not have a cigarette. And that pub still does very well, still doesn't do food, does rolls on the end of the cobs, whatever you want to call them, on the end of the bar. But yeah, they don't do food as such. But most pubs now have gone down that route of being restaurants with a bar attached to them. And I'm not sure I necessarily like that. I prefer a proper old school boozer. But like you say, I'm the same. I actually very rarely go and drink these days. And so many people are the same, that they'll have a drink with a meal. We've gone very European with it. Yeah, so you can see why pubs are doing it. But it is a shame we're losing those proper boozers. And it's just chains kind of taking things. Yeah, there's a guy, Chris, what's he called? Kalini Ghost Hunter, and he does food reviews in the UK. He does them over in America as well, but he's become like an adopted Brit. And I love his reactions to some of our historic buildings and pubs and stuff. American Werewolf in London, I don't think I've ever seen that. My dad's pub was the Old Road Tavern in Chippenham, and it is a proper, I'm talking French and Irish music, folk music, used to be jazz and blues. There's still bands on there, but probably a bit more recent stuff, rock bands and stuff. A big beer garden, a proper lounge and a proper bar. Yeah, real ales on. Yeah, amazing sort of stuff. That's the sort of pub I like. Yeah, there's loads going on the Monty with the terrace still. That's coming along well. And I think the next couple of years we're going to see a lot of Canal there. I've not been on the Calder and Hubble myself. Yeah, the UK is lovely. Ignore some of the stuff you see. The UK is a nice place. I've been across the world and it's cold and windy and stuff, but the history here, I would miss that if I moved away. I would, to be honest with you, if I move anywhere, it would be Australia or North Wales. That would be my thing. Right, here we go. Where are we? I'm just trying to catch up on comments. Jules Wolf, I'll have a look at it. West Stone, I want to say that's Manchester. The government are trying to encourage the return of the traditional pubs in the UK, probably. There's probably some liar in a current fairly new political party pretending he's a real man by drinking in the pub. Don't believe that he's going to bring pubs back. He is just a failed Tory. It is seriously magical. Thank you, 55k West. Another person saying magical, yeah. Flash Gormless, Lichfield. So the big pipe is basically a pipe that carries all like the surface water off of Lichfield. Like, so it was like a storm drain. Carried the water down. When the canal closed in, I can't remember if it was the 50s or the 70s. I want to say it's 71. They put the pipe in so water could still run down. Rather than leaving the canal in place and just having a ditch through, they put the pipe in and buried it. So the pipe now is still taking surface water off of Lichfield, and it runs from where they're working now, just beyond there. It runs from there all the way down to Bobby's Bend, where the big care home's being built, and goes off to a stream there. So as they're restoring the canal, they're having to remove it and allowing the water to flow into the canal rather than going through the pipe. So it's effectively an underground canal that they built to replace the canal that was already there. You know, good old council money wasting scheme. But now it's costing more because they've got to take it out. But it will be a very good source of water when the canal's open. Stone Staffordshire, sorry. Oh, Trenton Mersey, yeah, okay, sorry. Hang on, loads to catch up on. Anglesey, and I have a daughter in Oz. I wouldn't be in Anglesey. I would like Harlech, I think. I love Harlech. Possible new league on the same planet. Oh, that was ages ago, wasn't it? Email me again, please, Pete, if you can. Yeah, the Mojek, is that right? Wilkes and Barts Canal Trust making loads of progress on the canal in Wichelstow. Yeah, I've been taking shots of it most weekends. to go towards a video soon, but there's going to be a lot of Canal there in a year that's going to be open, and at the end of this year, and I think it's all going to be connected within the next 2. Rates and energy costs for pubs, yeah, it's ridiculous. And a lot of the problem is as well with breweries. So if you're what's called a public house, you are owned by a brewery. If you're a free house, you own the building, you own it yourself. Public houses have people, either managers or they have leaseholders, and they charge an absolute fortune for stuff. You'll pay like 100 odd quid for a bottle of spirits, which you'll get for 20 quid in the supermarket. When my dad had a pub, he wasn't tied on fruit juices and spirits, so he made quite a lot of money on those. But the pubs, and they put, if you're a manager and stuff, they put your rents up and they make it very difficult. They spend no money on the buildings. The breweries are killing the pubs because they're trying to drain every last penny out of every landlord and manager out there. There's no forward thinking about trying to keep someone in long term, which is good for a pub. My dad was in there for 14 years. He was the second longest serving landlord in Chippenham. There was a guy called Lionel who had a pub next door. He was there longer. He's now retired. The breweries are killing the pub trade, and the taxation on beer isn't helping either. Sorry, Andy, I can't remember where you said you were from. You're pretty close to Canal, most of the country. Oh, cool. You live near Rawton. What section did you cycle? No, managers don't last long in pubs for the reason I just said. They stitch you up really badly. Right. I'm going to stay on for a couple more minutes for any more questions. I'm going to let me move that. That's the wrong way. There he is. Look at him. I look really grey here. A load of pictures have come up, and me and I got married to my wife nearly 10 years ago. I think it's 10 years this year. And all the wedding pictures keep coming up, and I had grey hair, but not much. Look at it now. Even the beard's grey now. It's the stress of being married, that is. Near Waitrose to Wootton Bassett Road. Is that on is it, the Mojek, is that your channel? If so, go and have a look at that. He's got some 360 of the Wilts and Barks. Yeah. People keep saying to me, why don't I diet, David? But not happening. Silver fox. More like a panda probably, actually, the size of me. Newbury near the Kent and Avon. I lived in a place called Alton, which was half hour from there. Oh, thank you very much, Ricky, for the super thanks. I appreciate that. It's really important to my channel with super thanks and members and stuff. It really helps support my channel. I do a lot of driving and hotel rooms each video without the time. So if you think a video takes 24 hours to research, record, travel and edit, and you think I'd probably make 100 quid on a video, and if I stay away, a hotel's going to cost me 70 quid at least. So the super thanks stuff does really help, and so does members, so thank you so much. Yeah, I'm definitely going grey naturally. It's a rapid process at the moment. Yeah, I've got thick hair. My hair's ridiculous. I've just had it cut. I like it this short because I literally go afro as soon as it goes. My dad and my granddad still had a full head of hair to the day they died. Agree with Andy. Try to see what Andy said. Andy, where are you, Andy? Oh yeah, absolutely no problem. So going back to what I'm saying about the timing and whatnot it takes, I love doing this. I actually enjoy the editing process, but I love exploring the Canal network. Now, I was a volunteer on a restoration of Wilts and Barks at Fusion, and canals, I've said about this before, mental health. I had mental health issues. Sitting in places, obviously this is a river we're on now, but just sitting in nature down by the Canal at Fusion was what saved me. I became a volunteer and I used to help out, and then it accidentally led into this. And I wouldn't say 4 years ago I had a knowledge of the Canal network at all, apart from maybe the bits of the Kennet and Avon and the Wilson Bucks which I'd walked on, and the odd walk elsewhere. So this I love exploring, and this really ticks that side for me. So although the fact it's a lot of work, I love every minute of it. Thank you. Sorry, I'm gonna have to go back up because there's some super thanks coming in. Thank you to HVEE4, go to that channel as well. So that's Cotswold Canal stuff. A great channel. Brings you updates when I'm not about. Grey makes you look smarter than you probably are, own it. You've realised. I'm really a dumbass, I swear. Now I know where you wear your blue helmet. Yeah, hides. Actually, if I don't get my hair cut every 2 weeks, it starts to go afro. So doing the jobs these days with a helmet is good, because I don't have to worry about getting my hair cut before I go for a shoot. And I've got a really good barber, Armstrong Barbers in Chippenham, in Monkton Park near where I am. And he's fantastic, but he's been there for a couple of years, and he was really quiet at first, but he's picked up. And it's getting harder to get an appointment with him, so sometimes I can't get my hair cut. So the helmet is brilliant because it hides all of that. Right. Thanks so much, guys, for the super thanks you've given. Thank you so much for any subscriptions, if there are any. I'm sure there's some subs on here. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for joining me. This is an hour and a half. I've been on this now, so I'm gonna end this. Oh, hang on, more comments. Sorry. Let me just respond to these quickly, and then I'll turn around and let you see the Aqueduct one last time. So go on to the Mojek channel. There's a 360 video that's just been made public. Pete, thanks for the email. I'll look at it. Might be today, might not. No worries, Flash. No worries, David. Sorry. Yeah, cheers, Lee. Right, one last look at the Aqueduct. The most impressive structure on the UK Canal network. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to do a live stream later in the week where I'm going to go the other way. It's far less impressive. I might do one down by Chuck. Scary critter? What have I missed? There's a massive spider about to eat me. Yeah, so there will be another live stream from some point this week, I think. No worries, Chris. Thanks for watching as always. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I think it's that button up there. Thanks, Cliff. Sorry. Yeah, nice chatting to you as well, everyone. Oh, sorry, JSA was nice chatting to you from Chris. Walk that, Pete. Cool. Right, bye. Have a good one.